Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Cam. Let's talk some stocks. So it's February 24th, about 1:13 p.m. Try to make this video pretty quick as the day was kind of boring in the middle, but we got the WallStreetBets meme stocks going crazy right now. In the last 30 minutes and after hours, Gamestop just crossed 120. I am holding a little AMC right now, so make this quick. I might be, selling it here briefly if this rally dies, but market-wise, so if we're here, so just left on the watch list, right? So the S&P 500 had a pretty big day, big rebound just all across the board and all the major indices. The Nasdaq was kind of flat for a while, but it got back up almost 1%. S&P up over 1%. Dow over 1.3, and then IWM, which is the Russell 2000, had the big gain, basically 2%. So the money sector rotation is going to more to the reopening stocks and the smaller names and companies. So one of the reasons on that, if you follow Zerohedge or on Twitter, this is their reasoning. And I do have a Twitter if you guys want to follow that. I don't really post much, some Michael Scott memes here for the GameStop WallStreetBets movement. But why the squeeze? So from JP Morgan, with recent weakness and rotation, we've seen hedge funds react by adding more shorts, which are picking up after the large covering in late January. Yesterday was the largest day of short additions in NA since late June 2020 and hammered. So hedge funds are getting short again, basically. So loading up on positions so they potentially see weakness in the markets. And people are capitalizing on these already heavily shorted names and starting the short ladder again, getting a squeeze up. So we'll see if they will continue after hours and in pre-market. Kind of looks like we're getting a little flat here now. AMC sitting up here in the 9.5s, 9.4s. KOSS, another similar name, moving in the 19s. GameStop trying to get back across 120 right now. And then I also heard one more B. Yep, so Bed Bath Beyond moving too as well. So all the old names from last month are moving right now. So if we go check out Bitcoin, I was going back to the internet, going back and forth on you guys. I apologize. So Bitcoin basically, flat today, a little lower. Just couldn't get above this 51.5 level that I mentioned in the pre-market video. And then now it looks like we could be, breaking this low that we had right after the open. I think these are London hours. I think it's like 8-hour tide difference. So this was probably that's 3. So a little after 7. 48, 488, and we're knocking on that right now, 48.50. So Bitcoin could be looking to go lower after hours tonight. But the crypto names, which I've had up here just about every video, I'm putting them in different locations this time because I'm all over the place scrambling right now, trying to focus as well. Let me put AMC up there just so I can see it. But get these on 5-minute candles. So some of these did have pretty considerable strength today, just from their prior close. So Canaan, which had been the big mover I talked about the last two, up and down, was the one that was probably the most flat today besides pre-market, right? So pre-market had a big gap up to 21, and then basically it was an all-day fade. Riot, very similar pattern to it, and then SOS here got really weak towards the end of the day, even more of a downtrend channel. But Ebang was a big gainer throughout the morning till 10, and then as Bitcoin got here weak in the recent hours, it's been selling off pretty hard back down to the 7s. So we'll have to see what happens with Bitcoin. But obviously, these would be off short share restriction for tomorrow after 2 straight, or just today getting off and being green and being above less than 10% down. So could be potential shorts tomorrow in the pre-market, whether we get a bounce on Bitcoin or not, see how it reacts. Let's go to SYPR, which is in the pre-market video. So big spike, big run up in the morning, basically 2.75, got up to the high 6s, pulled back to the 9, took off to 7.89. So hit that new high level from the, I think it was current year. Come on. So I think maybe 3 years, right? So 7.6, maybe not farther. So a long time, right? But still had a lot of volume there, some resistance at that level. We just poked it and then couldn't even get close to it again the rest of the day, and basically faded but really held tight around this $5 area, 494.8, 80 level, 786 fib from 20-year, I think it was 2004, right? Because this is the defense company. And then 38.2, so a lot of consolidation here throughout the day, and then got a little pop going into power hour, got to $6, sold off. Now we're sitting again in the low fives after it bounced off 5, so could look for this thing to hold going into tomorrow. And then really for GameStop, AMC, and those, AMC was the one that was moving most of the day. So I mean, slight dip off the open, and then it was up, all morning, and then basically, selling off, consolidating, pulled into the 200 moving average here for the 5 minute. If you just look at the 15, right, stayed above the 50 moving average, and you can go look at the hourly, right, pulled back into the 9, right, so 3 closes on the hourly, right about that 9 moving average, and then when that GameStop momentum came in, it took it off as well, off like a rocket. So we'll just look at GameStop real quick, and then we'll call it quits on the video. So here, just 5 minute chart. So I mean, definitely just parabolic second half of the day. So even still, just throughout the day, uptrend. Consolidation, call it consolidation through the middle of the day. Excuse me. And then we get the little peak up, pull back into the 22, and then we just started moving up on the 5 minute. And then it halted. I think it had 2 halts. Let's go to the 1 minute. We'll see it here. I think it was like at 38, so 12:38 halted right here, right, and then the 5 minute halt, and then they kept it halted through the close. So I don't know how. Like usually the rules, it's 5 minute halt, but if there's a rule or something that's so close to the close, Portnoy apparently got mad about this, but they kept it halted through the close, which is I think kind of bullshit. But got the spike up and then consolidating after hours. Now up here in the 120. 128. So if we go to the daily and look at that level, so not a ton in the 120s. Let's see if we can get it here on the hourly, if we can go back far enough there. All right, so 125. So we got a couple big wicks right here on the last few days, but all the way up to the 150 or 127.98. So really down in here, see if this area will break in pre-market, because there's going to be lower volume than normal for tomorrow. So definitely these names are going to be on watch. The move, this big move happened at the end of January, so we could see another scenario into February, as the options are expiring on Friday, as it's the end of the month. Could get a move, get that gamma squeeze that people have talked about. So it'll be interesting to see. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to end the video here. Try to keep it quick, right about 8 minutes, but as always, I appreciate you guys' feedback, comments, anything I can do to improve, any stocks you want me to look at, please let me know. And if you could drop a like and subscribe, that'd be awesome. See you in the next one.